special guest, Ozzyoz Da Vyrus.
I'm happy to be on here. Glad y'all, y'all took the time to have me on.
How did you actually even develop this style? Like, it's so unique. It pops out.
Graffiti plays a big part in the art style, pop culture, fashion. You know what I mean? I was young and couldn't really afford all the high fashion that's in the art. You know what I mean? At the time.
What's your opinion like on the AI art epidemic of sorts?
So I think there's a fine line to how you want to use it. It's a tool like anything else, man. It's not that it's bad. It's just how are people using it is what can make it bad.
Ozzy, you've seen the new like Dragon Ball, right? Can I get some of your thoughts on that?
The Broly movie to me is peak Dragon Ball Z, up to date animation. That movie with Gohan and Piccolo, I'm sorry, great movie, but it's trash. Get it the up out of here, bro.
Yo, what is up? Happy to have another episode. I think this one's going to be legendary. I got my partner Louie with me, and we got the special guest, Ozzyoz Da Vyrus. He's been an artist who has been killing it. I've actually been wondering like when you started, because like I remember the first time I saw you was like DreamCon, like one of the first DreamCons.
Yeah.
And like you've been popping up since then, and then also like I gotta thank my friend Mo Lowry. He is like, you gotta talk to Oz. He's gonna be like instrumental in like trying to make a lot of things happen. So happy to have you on board.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Shout out Mo, that's my dog right there, and
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be on here. Glad y'all, y'all took the time to have me on. And yeah, it's been a long journey, bro. We just, you know what I'm saying, moving through it.
Bro, yeah. How'd you get started? Like also like, did you start at that DreamCon, or like were you like popping before that?
Uh when you've been doing it for so long, it's kind of hard to know,
Like that actual point, like when you were
yeah,
like,
I don't have the story where it's like, oh yeah, this is when it happened. Nah, it's literally year after year. We talking 14 years of creating art and putting it out there, where
wow.
I can't really give you this is when I was popping. It's like, nah, I just been stacking up each year. But if we talking one of the earlier Dream Cons, I can honestly say I still had like a buzz in the name online. It did get bigger since, but yeah, just been pushing through.
Man, okay, I'm happy for it, man. Like you have a very unique style that, I see it like in more places now. How do you feel about that? Like getting to this level, like seeing like your stuff everywhere too.
It it is it's a weird feeling. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to adjust to, what comes with it. What it comes with, because when I started, yeah, nobody was really doing that style, and I can honestly sit here and say as an artist, yeah, I'm obviously influenced by a lot of things that I see, a lot of things that I'm, just gravitating to, like, oh yeah, I like this, but I can't sit here and say the formula how I put together my pieces is from one particular person. So throughout the years, I'm creating this style, this particular look to these characters, and yeah, now fast forward, I'm seeing everybody's kind of doing that same type of style. So it's like I'm flattered, but I took the time to, what I'm saying, be in the
Yeah, the pioneer
hyperbolic
to
and figure this out and come outside with something
yeah,
fresh. So it's like, if you want to be a great artist, I feel you should do the same. But
yeah,
not
like not
everybody
just
think
take
like,
another person's style, right?
yeah, because I did my homework. I put in my years.
Yeah.
I put in my hours. So I feel like we all should do that if we want to, pop out with something that stands out. So, but then it's like, damn, this shit's so good. I gotta take it. It's like,
Yeah.
I understand the flatteriness or whatever the word is within that realm, but I'm still kind of like, yeah, but get your own, man. Figure it out yourself.
Right. No, I feel that for sure. Like, how did you actually even develop this style? Like, it's so unique. It pops out, like, or it's even hard for me to like be like, oh, like I've seen this somewhere else like that.
Um, I mean, I want to say, being from New York, seeing graffiti a lot. Graffiti plays a big part in the art style, pop culture, fashion. You know what I mean? I was young and couldn't really afford all the high fashion that's in the art. You know what I mean, at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
Now
started
we
to
hear.
want that one day. You know what I mean? The jewelry, the designer clothes, and all the little stuff I'll throw in there. That's just a little bit of the things that I wanted. At a point in time. Bold colors, that psychedelic but still two scale color look. All of that's just stuff that I'd say, I'm just implementing this into anime. And then also, the Japanese cell shading technique that they used to do, before digital, frame by frame,
I
ink.
guess like the 2000s, right?
early like 90s, 2000s look where it was
Okay.
straight ink and pencil and pen. You know, when they used to frame by frame draw stuff. I take a lot of inspiration from the techniques that they used to color back then. So when you take all of those together, that's like the easiest way for me to break down like the Ozzyoz Da Vyrus style.
I like that. And then and
Yeah.
also, how'd you get your name too? I've always been interested in that too.
So it's crazy, right? I used to rap and make music with my friends, and I was just freestyling one day, and I think I said something like, you know, sicker than your average, you know, you can call me, or sicker than your average, you can call me your highness, something Ozzyoz Da Vyrus. Just freestyling with my friends, and it was one of those things where it's like, damn, this bar ain't hard, but that rolled off the tongue perfectly. It had like a nice ring to it, like.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just went with it, Ozzyoz Da Vyrus. It just stuck with it. Now, as what 15, 16 years later from that moment, it's become like this thing where, nah, I'm really the sickest and the coldest with this thing, and I will adapt and spread my art as far as it can go, and you really can't stop it. So now it's become this name where it's like, all right, I'm living up to a freestyle name. You feel me? So.
I love that.
Yeah, Ozzy, when
Sickest.
did you start like drawing? Like when did that journey actually? Because this is, I'm curious. Your art, you know, it's got a unique flash to it, and you say you've been, you had your name for like about 14, 15 years. Like, I'm curious when the journey was.
Well, here's the thing. I've always been drawing. That's the crazy part. I'm talking 14, 15 years just digitally. I'm talking since
Ooh,
tablet.
okay.
Yeah, since I picked up a tablet and got into this market. We talking 2006 and 7. You know, I was in 7th grade where I got my first tablet. Now, prior to that, yeah, just drawing,
Like, you were always good at it too.
yeah, just drawing back then,
Okay.
I
Because
went
I
to,
can't draw for shit. Like I gave it up. I'm like
so,
I admire good art, but like I know my limitation, and also like I'm like it's not something I want to get good at. It's like I'm okay with that. I'm okay where I am in my place with drawing. So I have like a lot of praise for people who can do good art.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a mixture of a natural, I don't even call it talent, a natural
Yeah.
sense to take something from here and put it on paper. So
Yes.
it is a part natural, talent or something that you should have, but you can choose to
To grow it, I guess, right?
to work on it
Yeah.
and sharpen up the skills from the natural sense. So yes, like. Yeah, I ain't just come out the gate, out the womb, drawing like this. But
Yeah.
that
Michelangelo
natural
over here.
sense
Okay.
for proportions, lighting, structure, um, rendering. If you have a small sense of that naturally, then just drawing over and over, practicing for years and years, you can actually strengthen that craft. And that's what I feel drawing, or actually anything in life. A natural base does help, but I just strengthened it, bro. I wasn't like,
Yeah, you gotta take it further. Like you can't just
Yeah.
like the talent isn't gonna take you to where you are right now,
yeah.
right?
But if you have that natural sense, I'm not gonna lie. If you got it, it helps.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and that's impressive because I mean it's really cool. And also like for sure it's like anime and cartoon themed, right? Like do you have like inspirations that you can point to that like really got you like in this style? Like I guess like any particular titles that like really got you like in this world?
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
was one of those first like cartoon or anime. Cartoon with me not knowing as a kid at the time.
Yeah,
But
like it hit like a cartoon in America.
but
Like
it felt
like that's how
different.
widespread.
I knew something was different about it when I was young. I'm like,
Yeah.
you'll go from Ed and Eddie Powerpuff Girls, stay up a little later at night. Now you seeing these just brawling alien dudes fighting blood everywhere. We talking classic Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
When it was,
Man.
yeah, so we talking like that. So I'm watching that. I'm like, it just made me want to draw, bro. It just made me want to just pick up a pencil right then and there and redraw what I'm looking at. Like these guys with the spiky hair and yellow hair going Super Saiyan was so cool that it just inspired me. And then from there, that was my gateway. I mean, obviously Pokemon, but that didn't really inspire
Yeah.
me to draw. I just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
yeah.
Z inspired me to pick up a pen and recreate what I'm looking at.
Okay.
And then from
okay,
there
okay.
on, Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, the classics, man. Sailor
Classics,
Moon.
yeah.
And that style that the early 90s and 2000s had, that really played a part in me saying I can draw what I'm looking at on TV. So
I like that. I like that. I wish that like the newer generation had that. Like like everyone started watching anime like in
man,
the 20s,
yeah.
2020s, and it's like, dang, like I wish you guys could have had like that growing up with it vibe, that we had.
So I was talking to a friend about it the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a
Uh huh.
lost art form now. Like it's lost. Like when
That's
you say it,
crazy.
I'm
Also
kind of like,
lost.
what do you mean lost? Like go back and just look into it.
Yeah.
But lost in a sense, like when you have no choice to use the tools for the time period of what you're creating, that those tools help make that look. The tools
Hmm.
today's are all digital. AI is helping now. Generated stuff. Unreal Engine is helping creating a lot of these animes. When you take those tools can't create that look. They could get
Whew.
close, but they can't do what that time period did. You know what I mean? But my
Yep.
friend
Yep.
was saying it's a lost art from like, okay, when you think about it, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
The same
Although
tools
it's
aren't
sad
here to
to
make the
think
same
about
look.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I
that
have been wondering, like even as you brought up like the cell shading art from the 90s and 2000s, it's just sort of like, wait, they don't do that anymore, do they?
it was a big machine that would take the background layer. So if you look and watch behind the scenes of how animes back then were created, a painter would paint the background. That's why I would have
Wow.
like that, like I want to say
Like a
blurry green
dedicated
look.
person
Yeah,
would
a
paint the
dedicated person
background.
painted the background, and someone did the line work for it, and then someone drew the background like the leaves, and then someone did the character. So now you got all these cell, shades, and then there's a camera up top that's capturing all these different layers as as the anime, all together.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's what helped created that look. These were real photographs of frame by frame. Nowadays, it's just on a computer. You know what I mean? The frame
It's
by
like the
frame
new
process
Dragon
is
Ball.
literally on your screen. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to recreate that like look. You could kind of draw it, kind
Mm.
of, but those raw tools made that raw look.
Man, because I keep wondering, it's like I like the stuff today, but and also I have to ask you about AI art too. Like
Yeah,
I
we're
like
gonna
it's
get in
like
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're in it, right? But it's just like I like the stuff today, but like I miss that old style, and I had always like been like, why can't we, put money into like that old style too, like as well as like the new stuff. Like I'm not against the new stuff, but like it just sort of is like, dang, is now to hear is lost. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah, no,
I didn't
I'm
really
against
think
it.
about that.
I'm
Yeah.
100% with you. I wonder that every day. So I spoke to my friend, and I feel it. I miss that look. I like watching animes today just to watch it and see what's going on. But I'm gonna be honest
Mm.
with you, half of these new things I'm watching, they don't give me that same burning sensation to draw. Now some come close. Demon Slayer comes close.
Mm.
Jujutsu Kaisen has its artistic, cinematic moments
Mm.
that have came closer. Dang, I feel like drawing right now, but I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
This hot take. None of these is doing it for me, man. They're not. I have to go back to
Yeah.
feel inspired to feel inspired to draw today's stuff. That's
Yeah.
the truth
Yeah.
because you know what I mean. That look is just not. It's not hitting the same. They look
It's a
beautiful.
little,
Yeah.
yes, but also, yeah, I guess it's a little sad in a way, but like it makes a ton of sense,
Remember, I watch
Yeah.
anime for artistic perspective first. So
Okay,
I'm
that
sitting
makes a lot
there
of sense.
if I'm not enjoying something, I'm not saying that it's a bad anime.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
not for
from a
you though.
point like it didn't visually inspire me to draw. Doesn't mean it's bad though, but
Yeah.
yeah. I feel the same. I argue this every day.
Ozzy, you've seen
What?
the
Go
new
ahead.
like Dragon Ball, right? Can I get some of your thoughts on that?
Dragon Ball? We talking art? Or are we
Yeah.
just talking like the story and the franchise itself?
Like the new one, like Daima.
Okay, first of all,
Did you watch Daima? Like, because
Yeah.
also I haven't finished Daima myself, but also I hadn't heard a lot of people talk about Daima yet. But what would you think?
the art was good for what they can do today. It had its moments where I'm like, nah, they did this justice. Still had its moments where I wasn't feeling it. Super, I'm not gonna lie, Super was horrible until the later
The end.
episodes. It was
Yeah.
it was straight dog.
It was
shit.
rough to watch. Yeah,
It
like
was
every
dog
week.
shit. I
Yeah.
felt it's like damn, I'm watching my legacy just lose points for me, like off of how it
Oh,
looks.
yeah.
It
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Future Trunks.
Artistically,
Yeah.
artistically, it hurt. Like what happened to the hair flowing? What happened to the? There was just certain key details that they did back then that this studio or whatever studio worked on it just wasn't doing. But Daima, though, we just focused on Daima. Daima did have some good art. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. My hot take is though Dragon Ball Z's franchise, whoever's in charge, whoever owns whatever rights, I know it's a mess now. Whoever did the Broly movie should have been doing any animation from the Broly movie up until the end of time of Dragon Ball.
You know, high key. Like I was about to
100%,
ask, I was like, what in the franchise like has inspired you artistically like that? Like
The
outside of Z.
The Broly
Yeah.
movie to me is peak Dragon Ball Z, up to date animation.
Yeah.
That movie with Gohan and Piccolo, I'm sorry, great movie. but
Superhero. Yeah.
trash. Get it the fuck up out of here, bro. I felt like I was playing Dragon Ball Z Super and pressing
Yeah.
A for the next scene, the whole movie. It is.
Yeah. Oh man.
I ain't like it.
That's
Didn't like
hilarious.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's
Love
fair.
the story. I love that we're
The
getting
story.
Dragon Ball.
I'm about to say I was like the story at least, but like I think like because when other people like tell me like artistically they didn't want to watch like a series, you know, like One Piece, right?
Mhm.
Like I've heard like quite a few times people like I don't want to watch One Piece because it looks ugly. I'm like no excuses. But like I'll give it to you like if you were to say something like that, like did you watch One Piece?
So I'm getting into it now. One Piece is one of them animes that I knew existed, obviously,
Yes.
around that time
Yeah.
era.
Same era.
I didn't
Yeah.
really pay attention to it though. I'm gonna be honest. I was more into like Naruto and other things at the time.
Fair. The same for me.
It
Same
felt
for
like
me.
at the time you had to pick one. Like it was a
Yes.
lot to commit to both animes. You know, mind you,
Truly.
we're talking before streaming services. We're talking like
Right, you had no choice, but
Yeah.
because like they messed it up in America, you know. Like I watched 4Kids version back in the day, right?
Mhm, I remember that.
Channel like for me it was channel 27, Fox Box, and I watched it and I was like, oh, I'm done, all right, sir. Also Digimon for me, like Digimon was like what got me going more than Pokemon, the cartoon.
Are you
We
with
might talk
Digimon?
about- Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate your respect. But yeah, One Piece got messed up in America, so it was you had to like watch it outside, you know, like with it really streaming, you know, like or really be in the know with the manga. And I wasn't until like personally, like someone forced me to go watch it, like 2013
Yeah.
time, you know. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was against
think
it the whole
we're,
time.
We're all in the same generation, right? Like
Yep.
over 29 around here.
Yep.
You'd say?
Back in my
Alright,
day,
fair.
hip
Yeah.
hurting. Yep.
You know how hard it was to go back and find these things. Like you had to
Mm-hmm.
you had to commit to find the episodes on
Whew.
whatever streaming or pirate website back then. Not
Yeah.
pirates to find.
You had to have not the knowledge for sure. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Inducted
at the time, I had no choice.
into
It was either Naruto or One Piece. I want the Naruto. Right? But I say all that to say now that anime is a lot more accessible, you know, you can find
Yes.
it, pay your subscription and see it. I have been going back and watching One Piece. I'm not so up to date because obviously there's 1,000 something
That's fair.
episodes.
That's fair. Uh-huh.
But I'm watching it back to the old stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool. I see why people enjoy this a lot. I just know the key things that happened. You know.
Okay. Cool.
We're gonna have a sit down in the future, just One Piece.
Yo. I mean, I got like, dude. Once you catch up some more, I got to bring you to the sit down because I mean, also usually my episodes always evolve into be like, so One Piece, but but no. This is good though. Like I like hearing like this perspective. But like back to the point is like I've heard people say like, oh, they don't want to watch a show because it's ugly, and like I think at least personally, like I wouldn't give that excuse to most people, but to you, if you were to say something like that, I'd be like, okay, that's fair.
All right,
That's fair.
one hot take, one show that is so ugly to me, and I'm trying to get past it.
Yes, I'm hype.
What's that show with Meliodas? Fairy.
Oh, Seven Deadly Sins.
Seven
it's
Deadly
so
Sins.
ugly to me.
Don't worry about watching it. I think you're okay to not jump into that.
It is the ugliest anime to me. It is disgusting. I don't like nothing about it.
A lot of the current stuff, like the more recent stuff, I stopped. Like after season 2, I'm like, I'm good. I got what I wanted. I saw some cool shit, and I hear this goes down. Right, Louis. I think you know more about it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ozzy, you're on point. I mean, it's not very good looking. You know, it's the story kind of devolves. I think you're good on skipping out, right? There's so much
Yes.
time we have. Spend it on some other series.
I love that. That honestly, there's only so much time we have. So, although you gotta do One Piece for sure, but
Yeah.
yes,
I get
But-
asked to draw a lot of things, and anytime I see that, I'm like, ugh. Anything else, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll make it happen for you guys. This one, I'd be like, damn it, why?
the Gooners come out for
Yeah,
Seven Deadly
like,
Sins. That's
why
what.
am I
Yeah.
paying for this show, man? It's so
Right.
ugly. Now, I could challenge my own ego and say I could draw it better, like, but
Ooh.
I would
But
have to be fueled by that.
You have to, it's like no, just spend your time with better things that will enrich your soul more. I should say, you know.
Well,
Then again,
speaking
hey,
of
sorry.
manga,
Yes,
I
yes.
wanted to get into your manga. Can you tell me about that?
So yeah, I am working on my own. It has been a long, 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 long up and down journey of trying to put this thing together. But I will say I'm finally. You're staying busy, man. That's good. My friend's mic is on.
All good.
That's all good.
Okay, cool. It's off. Yeah. I am working on it. It's called Addiction 48. It is a project that I personally want to take the style and the ideas that I have and finally implement it into like my own characters. I drew about 130 pages so far, and that is challenging because I'm very, very, very into detail. So I can't just leave a page undetailed. So that makes it a little harder. But for what I can say about it, it's gonna be like my take on a very cultural version of like a cyberpunk-esque world, but more culture driven. You know what I mean? Not too far from today's time, but far enough to where it can create a great story. I'm trying to speak to
Gotcha.
that era.
Like the next like 10-ish years in a way, I guess.
Like 20-ish.
Okay.
Obviously a lot more culture, and by that I don't just mean just all black people. I'm just talking just more stuff that we understand.
Like all the white people got like existed out because we just kept making like mixed babies, right?
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm kidding.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I have
Yeah.
a page for it. It has a decent following for it. Obviously, nothing has been released yet, so I'm grateful for that. But I'm in the meantime right now trying to stabilize everything with my multiple art businesses. But obviously under me is one. Virus Graphics, my LSD collection, my trading card, and going to con. So getting a hold of that during a struggling economy has been tough. So once I get it back to the point where, or at the point where I need it to, okay, cool, you're good, you can run yourself, I will be back here in the lab working on the next thing. And that's been a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, lay it on us. Like, tell us everything that you got like going on right now.
So I have Virus Graphics, which is an anime clothing business brand, and then I started off with that in the con scene about 7 years ago. From there on, I branched out to making other art businesses that revolve around more of like my art, certain collections, trading cards, wholesaling different arts to people, and putting my art on different products from trays to credit card skins to stickers, all type of stuff. I've taken this thing as far as I can, and I've achieved so much with it. But as any business, you got your up and down. So I'm going through a point right now where I'm trying to stabilize and regroup everything as much as I can. And then until that gets back to where it is, I can focus back on my anime.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
on back burner right now, but I'm gonna get back to it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, though. I mean, I'm rooting for you with that, like, to be able to make that happen. And, hopefully we can, like, help. Because I think that's, like, one huge thing, especially, like, what Mo talked about. Like when he's like, oh, you got to talk to Ozzy. It, like, brought that up. And it's like, I really do want to do what I can to, like, help people make their creations happen, especially, like, when it comes from talented artists and creators,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate people who put the back of my ear and say, hey, when's this coming? I'm like, I'm working on it. I promise you I am. I just have to stabilize what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is, the legacy of what I'm creating with my art. And I decided to go this route because, it was interesting. I talked to this about, like, with Mo and other people, right? You got people who create, a manga or something or an idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can create it, and then you got to spend a lot of time trying to get people to attract to it.
Promote it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like two different jobs, honestly.
Yes. So now my route is a little backwards. I'm creating the legacy, the name, the brand. So by the time I make the manga,
yeah, people are ready for it.
Okay.
Sort of like Corey Kenshin's, like what he's doing, right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
He created his name. He created his brand. He created who he is. That build up for years, that the years of a loyal fan base and whatever he did to put in to have these people to build that audience. Now he drops his manga, what was it, like 200,000, like with what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, 200,000 first week. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But that 200,000 comes from all the work he's put in years prior to. Imagine if he made it. Let's just give it 15 years of work that he's put in. Imagine if he made it 15 years ago. I'm not saying he wouldn't get that same level of success 15 years later, but he would have had to spend 15 years trying to get it to where it finally made 200,000 sales. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
kind of taking his route, is what I'm trying to say. Build the fan base, build the name, let people be familiar with the type of quality of art they can expect from Ozzy the Virus or Virus Graphics or whatever. So when I do finally sit down and make it, there's an audience there for it, rather than me trying to find the audience after I make it.
Yeah, I
Got
love
it.
that actually. Yeah. So I guess yeah, like, do you have like a synopsis like for your manga that like you're open to share?
Nah, nothing. You gotta read it.
Yeah.
You gotta read it.
Okay.
You gotta read it. You gotta read it. And
Okay.
I say that not because I don't want to give it out to anyone. It is one of those things where it is changing a lot as the years go on.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give out too much. You know what I mean? So
That's fair. And I think yeah, that's fair. Like until like you're really ready to delve into it, right? Like and like
yeah,
have like the layout that you really want for it, right?
yeah. So it's nothing personal. Not that I don't want to give
Yeah.
you.
No. Absolutely not. No. Like in fact, I appreciate you like how you have explained it because. And also, it makes sense. Like, yeah, don't like you don't want to put. I've seen too many times people put something out into the world, and then just as you have said already, like people like have taken your art bar for bar, right, and like
There you
haven't,
go. So I
yep,
have to protect it before it's even fully born. So it's like
smart,
it's that
wise
type of
idea.
thing. But listen, if you like my style, you like the ideas I put in, you like my mashups, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy what I make originally. I just have to, do my part now while simultaneously still building the audience. It's two different,
Yeah,
it's two different worlds I'm working on right now. But they're coming together, man. Time is one of those things where it'll be ready when it's ready. So
I trust it. No, I trust
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Like we were on the way for it. So yeah, we're hyped, bro.
I
Dude,
appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah,
what other?
I wanna read it over
Yeah,
whenever it drops.
yeah,
Not to
yeah.
interrupt
Louis
you
the guy.
quickly,
Yeah.
God's will.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I wanted to hear since you can't share the synopsis, what other series are you like reading at the moment? Because I'm like a manga buff, so just wanna
So
hear
I'll be
that.
honest, I'm not a big manga guy, or I haven't been until I really wanted to create my own manga, so I could
Yeah.
study how they do it, how they make it look. The things that make a manga great.
Yeah.
This whole time, no, I'm not a manga reader. I'm more of a
Like I
anime
get you.
watcher.
We got you. Yeah, because I used to be an anime only guy, and then hey, not. And also I've had this guy like with his
Yeah.
recommendations. Like Louis is definitely the guy with the good ones.
It starts that way, then it's a pipeline.
Yep. So we're gonna get you.
I'm digging the mask, by the way. The mask is fire. Sorry, I meant to say that when we first got on the chat, but I know.
Yeah.
No,
Honestly, I
it's
didn't
cool.
say that
Yeah,
either myself. Yeah, I haven't seen this mask. It's legit.
we change it up
no,
every time.
nice. I
Yeah,
like
thank
it.
you, thank you.
I was saying that I've been reading surprisingly, taking it back to the basics, the original Dragon Ball Z manga.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
decided to go back and like watch like what made that manga so great. So I go back, even though I know the episodes, I know the stories, right?
Did you do Dragon Ball or you went to Z?
Z. I went to Z.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
I went to Z. I've been reading the old manga and just it's very nostalgic. What panels line up with the episodes that we saw, what was different. So I went back, and if we're talking like current mangas, I really like Kaiju number 8's manga.
Okay.
That's really
I gotta get you
Peak
like
right
also I
there.
gotta get you some more Viz titles. Like this is for me my business heart. It's like yay, but so I gotta get you. But like at the same time that's a banger. It's a banger. I got you. Like there's a lot of like good stuff right now. Like actually I think that would be really good. Like I really want to suggest to more people to read Akane Banashi.
Okay.
Like
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's real different, but like it's I think you would like the art of it, and then also like the storytelling that they have in it. Like I think should be like more out there.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm
Yeah.
all for it. Send some suggestions. I'll take
Yeah.
a look because at the end of the day, art is always one of the things that no matter where it's from, you can always find some inspiration from something.
Yeah. Hey, Lou, what do you think, Louis? Like, what's like a good looking manga that like Ozzy should check out?
I think Tokyo Rhapsody. I think you'd like that one if you like Kaiju number 8. And I think some titles from Inio Atsuno. His anime recently dropped. It's a really long title. It's like
Dead.
Dead, Demons, Dead, Destruction.
Yeah.
So I think those two would be cool. Have
That's
you
really the title.
been watching any animes then, other than the manga series?
I started
this
watching,
season, at least?
You talking about animes I've been recently watching? You said.
Yeah, recently.
I gave Sakamoto Days a shot the other day.
I would say read it. Read that one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Fair enough.
Yeah.
I only went 2 episodes in, so I didn't really go too far. But
Yeah, I mean it's a solid anime, but like people are like, dang, I wish it looked better, like to match that manga.
see, interesting. All right, that and honestly, I'm a nostalgic head, so I've been going back. I've been watching Gundam Wing again. I've been watching,
Okay.
um,
Does Gundam Wing hold up also to you?
yes.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I still look at it and get inspired. Obviously, the anime stories back then were a little more quirkier than they are today.
Yeah.
They were well written for the time, but sometimes you look back and it's like, this made no sense at all. But we just
You got a favorite Gundam?
I'll blow myself up. Whoa.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But if you take that part out of it, I've been enjoying just how it looks. So
Yeah.
and that's why I said, earlier first quarter, sometimes I gotta go back to get that inspiration. Like, I feel like drawing. Like, I'm like, yo, people really sat there and drew, like the mech on this frame by frame by frame. Like, that is impressive. So,
Okay.
I've been going back. You know what I mean?
What other like old? Because I want to play like a little game soon with you. But also I want to see like what are the top series that like inspired you overall. Like we know Dragon Ball Z, and it sounds like old school like Toonami days like was like the real era for you, right?
Yeah, I've gone even further back.
Ooh, okay,
Fist of the North Star.
okay, hey,
Yeah.
okay, Kenshiro, all right.
Yeah, that
Nice,
has some really good art for the time.
Uh-huh.
Even like the first Hunter what's it, Hunter x Hunter. Not the updated animation one. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, like that '90s one.
90s.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I've never actually seen the '90s one. Like I've only seen clips, but like never like I don't even know like where to go look for it. But I just never even thought to
You
like
gotta
look
search
for
the
it.
web, bro. That's something. You gotta really scour it. You gotta go back to the old days and scour the internet for that. But
man,
I'll
same
go.
with JoJo's.
Yeah.
Like that old JoJo's. Like I really want to see that one too.
Old JoJo, the old guts.
Woo. Yep.
Yeah.
Internet Archive.
Tell me
Check
why.
that out.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I've been,
yeah.
I go back and I watch those just for artistic inspiration because the newer versions of them, like that mid 2000s, is still great. But something about that art style, I can't let it go. What's it called? What's that other one? The boxing with Piccolo.
Oh, Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I like going back and watching Megalo boxing. I like that too. So
Okay.
if you notice,
That one was slept on.
Super slept on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I like it. It's a good mixture. You're not like in one era necessarily only. You even have like some good modern ones that are really slept on. And you saw season 2 of Megalobox, right?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. I mean, people didn't even know it came out, and then if they watch Megalobox, like I only hear it say only watch season 1. I'm like, no,
You
that's
gotta watch the whole thing. It was great.
got
too.
to.
Dope. Super,
Got to.
super dope.
All right. So I got some questions for you. Okay. So, Piccolo or Guts?
Who win a fight?
Yes.
Gotta go my dog Piccolo.
Okay. Piccolo or Kenshiro?
Ooh, I mean, where's Kenshiro from?
From Fist of North Star.
Okay, I forgot his name. I just knew how it looks.
Yeah.
My dog Piccolo, man. I'm a Piccolo fan, by the way.
Okay. Piccolo. Also, Blue, if you have any yourself, feel free to jump in. Piccolo or how about Naruto from before Shippuden?
Oh, Piccolo's watching him. Come on, bro.
Okay, how about Naruto
Easy.
from the end of Shippuden, like where he has like sage powers and all?
Yeah, now Piccolo would definitely, I gotta give it to Naruto at that point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Naruto.
what's going on that Piccolo just doesn't have yet, but has a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely has a lot, but it's like, does he have enough like for all that, right?
Nah.
Naruto or like you don't watch One Piece, so Naruto like end game Naruto Shippuden versus Goku Black?
Does he still have he still has the Nine Tails, correct?
Yes.
No, they have
Yeah, before Boruto.
Okay, before Naruto. Okay. I think Naruto could take Goku Black.
Okay. Endgame Naruto or Perfect Cell?
Damn.
It's tough. I know.
Okay. Sorry, Perfect Cell.
Ooh, okay, we're mixing up. Perfect Cell or Griffith? Yeah, also if you need to take care of that.
Sorry about that.
All good.
I was gonna say throw Pain in there too.
Ooh. Then again,
Sorry, my friend
technically Naruto.
got his iPhone connected to his computer up here. This is up here.
Sorry
about
about
that.
that. Going through. No, all good. Let me mix it up. So like Endgame Naruto or Super Saiyan God Goku.
Oh, Super Saiyan got Goku. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Super Saiyan God Goku or who actually beats him?
It's interesting, right? Because you got to really take all that, their powers and stuff into consideration.
Because also I'm thinking like just the whole Toonami era too. It's just sort of like who can even go past it? Like Spike? No. Kent? Yeah, it's like I don't even know. But that's a good list right there. Like I like that you're able to. Ooh, I got it. Perfect last one. Piccolo versus Wing Zero.
The second device is disconnected.
Dang, I love Wing Zero so much. A Gundam against a Namekian. Okay, does Piccolo have this new orange?
Ooh, no. Yeah, he's not super. Yeah, he's not super Piccolo or whatever.
Okay, normal Piccolo, no. But if he went the super orange form, I forgot what they call it.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be a Gundam.
Hey, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it depends like which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
like Beast Gohan.
All canon things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the latest, like which would be Super, right? Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Wow. Also, that's crazy. It's been a year of that, man. But rest in peace. But dude, good answers right there. also, I did want to ask about your trading card game thing. Like what's up with that? Like, so you have like your own card that you like make?
Yes. So to pretty much explain it, my business partner explains it way better than me. I just do the art part. But from what I can interpret from what we both talk about daily about this project, we basically wanted to create something that is more, how can I put this, limited in its production. So just to be honest, an example, right? My canvases, my posters, I print so many of them, all the time.
Okay.
This is one of those things where like, okay, if I make a certain amount, which is the last 4, that's it. I wanted to put out something into the market where, there's a limited, quantity of this type of, product. Like I said, posters and prints, I print those all year round, just because I want people to have the art. This is like, all right, when all 1,000 are done or all 50 or whatever the last 4 of it is done, that's it. And, they're metal cards.
Ooh.
So they got some weight to it, amazing print, good quality, still shows, all the quality of what I'm drawing on there. There's like a lot of gold reflective in it, so obviously you see like the headband, the kiss mark, the eyes. So, yeah.
Is that the most popular card?
No, this isn't the most popular. The most popular, Biz knows the statistics on those. I'd say that from what I've been seeing, people grab a lot is the Master Roshi card, which is one of my pieces that I'd personally say jumpstarted my entire career.
Yes.
There's a piece
like have in mind what that is, and yeah, I was like, is that like your favorite piece that you've done also?
It's my favorite because it's the first one from the collection that everybody sees now. That piece is going on almost 7-8 years old. I remember freestyling it 7-8 years ago, and seeing it go viral on Twitter and then Instagram and just all over the place. I've seen people tatted on it. I literally have like probably more than 30 screenshot pictures of tattoos of it on people. You know what I mean? So that piece, that piece is really, at least to me, within my catalog, to me, is just going down in history as like a piece that I put out, and I've seen like a lot of people just gravitate towards it, you know. And it was just a random Master Roshi drawing, you know. With the, I don't know if you've seen it. It has the tattoo of Goku and Kid Krillin on his neck. I drew a Gucci bucket hat on him while he's smoking a cigar. It's a side profile. Like it is probably like my most known piece, you know, or at least like the gateway piece that most people see and say, okay, I got to see this artist. So
Yes.
it's my favorite,
So sick.
just off of that. But
Okay. I guess you have a favorite like for personal reasons too.
I love all my pieces, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard question.
I really do. It is a tough question because I literally put my best foot forward into every piece. I really can't sit there and look at one and, you know, say, yeah, I kind of half-assed this one. No, anyone that's been put out within the last 7 years of just that catalog, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They are all like the best that I can do at that time. Like I did not export or upload this and show it to the world unless I knew it was the best I could do at that moment. So because I put that level of consistency in each of them, I love them all, man. It's hard.
Yeah, no, I love that answer though. Like that's a good one. Like you do care. Like it is not just like to cash in or whatever. It's, you know, you really do. You're really in this world.
Yes.
You really do like this. Yeah. Uh-huh.
For real. Yeah, for real. You know, this is not just oh yeah, I'm a draw anime because it's popping and make money. Like don't get me wrong, I've taken care of myself. I built my business, you know, off of it. I put a lot of my, you know, friends and employees in position to, you know, be able to go to cons with me and work at my studio here in Orlando off of my art. But yeah, no, this is not like a cash grab thing. Like these pieces, I really still take very personal before I put them out. And I don't try to, like, you know, let other people tell me what to do or how to do it because I've been doing it myself for so long. So, you know, you can give me suggestions, but
Yeah. But to tell you or command you to do it.
yeah,
in a certain
if
way,
I'm
right?
not feeling it, if that piece don't feel like, yeah, I really want to show y'all what I've been cooking, then
Yeah.
No, it don't
Okay,
go
I
out.
like that.
it don't go.
Yeah,
out.
like I guess like you said that like with Seven Deadly Sins, right? Hey.
Yeah, are you a fan of Pokemon too? Because I see you have a lot of love for it on your page.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was talking, you know, there's a certain era where you either just went Pokemon or Digimon or whatever, but Pokemon was my lane, you know, where I went and I saw a lot of it. So it does influence a lot of my LSD collection, which is like my mashup collection. That's the collection where, like I said, if you see the difference, you know, I draw like, you know, the characters, like how they are, a really good snapshot that captures the character in one picture. But the LSD collection is this super cool collection that I'm mashing up different ideas and concepts and making characters dressed like other characters and having triple and double entendres for what you're looking at or hidden Easter eggs. Like, oh, wow, I didn't realize he threw this in there or that in there. That's like the collection where I have a lot of fun. I just, you know, let loose and just create. So,
Because I was wondering when you said like different collections, so like I'm glad you explained that some more. Yeah, so like I guess you have the most fun doing like the LSD ones because like you get to like change the world, I guess, like how you would want, right?
yeah.
Or, like, I guess like how would you say it?
Yeah, I get to create the unexpected collab that you probably didn't even expect that you needed. And one of my most popular ones, at least if you ask me, or at least I'll give you a good 3 of my most popular ones. There's the Super Miami Speed Race where I drew Speed Racer racing Miami. Racing Mario in Miami with, you know, all the Pokemon around, all the, you know, the Mario stuff around, like it's like Smash Brothers and stuff. So that was a really good popular piece that's been out for almost 5 years now and people still love it. I got one with Static Shock and Powerline, you know, just kind of flying around through the city and stuff. You know what I mean? They're flying in LA, just hanging out. All the electric Pokemon are around them, just kicking it while they cruising through LA. And another good mashup that I did. I got so many, man. My most recent favorite one, and this is, you know, because of my daughter, you know, some of her favorite characters. I did one where it was Moon Girl dressed as Garnet from Steven Universe. She's hanging out with Penny Proud, but Penny Proud is dressed in Moon Girl's clothes. And then you got Susie Carmichael dressed as Canary from Hunter x Hunter, and then you got number 5 dressed as Storm eating a Black Panther
All the
popsicle.
best black girls.
There you
love
go,
it.
man.
I love it. They all need so much more love too, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like I love that concept. That's so cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you're able to throw in B-roll and stuff while we're talking to the art, but
Oh yeah, no, like
can
we
find
got
that
some
For sure.
I'm just
Please
thinking
throw
of
it in
clips
there.
like as you're talking. I'm like, oh man, this looks so cool, and people gotta see how this looks.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
100.
piece to
percent
me is a beautiful piece that I feel like you said, like black girls needed some more art that shows representation for them, and
Yeah.
some of those characters are my daughter's favorite. Like I said, Moon Girl, Penny Proud, and Jigglypuff.
Oh,
You
that's
know, the
dope.
random,
Hey, Jigglypuff, see black girl.
yeah,
Although,
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a random Jigglypuff in that piece, and she's singing along while they're having fun.
yeah.
And
Oh, that's so great.
yeah, but that piece is just beautiful within its mashup. So I really enjoy that collection. Like when I tell you, it makes me so happy to come up with an idea and just make it happen. Yeah, the LSD collection is definitely where I get like the most creative fun, nowadays.
I love that. And like, do you have like, and like you would say that's your like personal favorite also right there, like the black girls one,
It's yeah, because I was inspired off of my
like
daughter,
family.
off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That
I have
plays.
to say I like that she watched Family, Proud Family. Like
Yeah.
are you talking about like also the new one or the old one?
I showed her the old one.
Uh-huh.
She started with the new one first because
Okay.
Disney rebranded it and stuff.
How is the new one? I don't know anything about it.
I watched a few episodes. It wasn't bad, but you could tell I don't know, back then when they was talking on certain topics and following certain trends, it felt more natural. This feels a little bit too forced, but then I feel like everybody's just forcing, the latest and the greatest on the
Yeah.
episodes. It's hard to explain. You gotta just watch it.
Okay, and that's
But
good
still-
because I was like, should I watch the new one? Like,
I would.
or it's okay. Okay, good.
But
Okay.
just you're gonna feel like they're trying to force so much relevant things into it.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like,
I
are you talking
explain
about
it?
black people? It's like, yes.
It's still great though. It's still great.
Yeah. Okay, and that's good. That's the important part.
I
Like,
don't know if
is
they're
it like
continuing. I don't know
worthwhile?
if they stopped it or not, but
Okay.
it was great when it rebooted, or we came back out. But I'm OG, so I
Yeah. Like, I'm trying not to be like too OG, like where it's like, well, they already did that show. Like I'm trying to give like the Teen Titans Go a chance. I have.
Oh hell no.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I was like, do I need to be that open minded?
No. What's so crazy? I'm working on a Teen Time piece right now as.
Oh yeah. Really? Like OG?
Well, the classic, the one that
Yeah.
came out.
All right. I guess not comic book OG. Yeah.
Not
Like,
comic
I think
book.
when I think, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking, Cartoon Network animated,
Yes.
Cartoon adaptation-ish kind of style, that version.
Yes.
So I'm dropping that. Actually, it's funny because, as an artist, in the art business, I struggle a lot with trying to draw like, what's trending and what's popping and catching on those waves.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been just saying, man, I don't care to. I just want to draw what I want. So
Yeah.
lately, I just been saying, all right, nobody's asking about it, but I'm gonna just draw this. I'm bringing it back to the basics. Nobody really cared about Master Roshi. He wasn't trending when I drew him. When I
Yes.
drew it changed the trajectory of my entire career. That one art piece really opened up a lot of doors for me.
And like,
I'm
it's
going
you
back to
being
that
genuinely
mindset.
you. Yes.
I'm going back.
I
to
like that.
Yeah, like
I like that.
Yeah, like let me do what I just feel like doing. No one's asking for it, but that changed. Like I said, that made people like find out about me. Like I said, I've had so many tatted pictures of it. Like it's crazy. So I'm going back to that mindset. I'm bringing it back to the basics. So yeah, I'm doing Teen Titans.
I think that's what's up.
I'm gonna do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just whatever I feel like drawing, bro.
Okay. I love
Speaking
this,
of like reboots too, I was gonna ask, are you into like Marvel, like specifically like Marvel Rivals? Have you seen?
No, I haven't played it yet. So I'm a video game guy, like growing up playing like classics, but like later eras where you got to download the game and install updates. I didn't get too heavy into it. I got some of the systems here, but I don't got the time to.
Yeah. I'm about to say, like, do you have time to play also right now? It sounds like you're
You seem
crunch
busy.
mode. Yeah.
I don't have the time to play. If I'm playing something, I swear to you, I'm turning on my Nintendo 64 today like it just dropped. Like, roll the cartridge.
What do you
and
play on
everything.
there?
Yeah.
So
There we go.
I'm still stuck in that time. Maybe Sparking Zero. On a PlayStation 5. Maybe if I don't have like a shit ton of memory to
Yeah.
update,
It's low key for the better, honestly. It's like I love the stuff today, but at the same time, yeah, that old era, man. It's like it's also just happier times too.
Yeah, you could just plug in and be ready to play. Sometimes, because I'll be busy, so I'll go 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 months without playing or touching or operating one of these systems. I just want to play it right now. In this moment, like just right now. All right, wait for update. 40 gigabytes. Oh, okay.
Don't got the space, right?
I mean, you'll have the space, but you know that satisfaction to just turn on and just play right then and there. I gotta wait now for
Yeah.
to load. But when I go back to my older games, you know,
I'll just gotta make sure the cartridge works,
there's
and
no update.
you know
There's
it
no-
works out.
There's no update. There's no reach and patch. Nothing. There's no bugs. And if there was, hey, we stuck with it. They made a million copies with it in already. You gotta just
Yeah.
do it.
So
What's the
your
go-to
favorite
game?
system? Wait.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, what's your
We had the
favorite
same thought.
like console? And then also like what's your favorite game?
I missed the OG Game Boy Color.
Ooh,
I like that. The OG Game Boy
Okay.
Color was fun. And I think
like without the backlight and all, huh?
I'm talking like you in the car with your parents. You gotta wait till the street light.
In the street light,
The flashlight, too.
exactly.
Something about struggling through those times made the game just feel so much more. fun.
And like having to hide and like if you get the light and it's just sort of like
Yep.
okay, but you only got so much. Yeah, the batteries, low key.
Something about that was just different. But if I'm being more realistic, no, I do enjoy my Nintendo 64 like it was yesterday. I got this, it's an interesting kind of system. It's not like a real system, but it's based off of, anything that's on Steam. I got this thing called a Polycade from this company. I don't know if you guys heard of them. They pretty much take computers and build it to look like a retro arcade system, but it's operated, Windows, but Steam is on it. You can just play whatever games you want on it, arcade style. So I play on that pretty often, but most games that's on Steam. So it's not like a real system that came out, but I like playing on it, here in my house.
Yeah.
Which variations do you get? I've been actually looking to get like a GameCube one.
You could get that one. That one's clean. You got that one. Yeah, they got all the ones for like the main systems that's out. But the GameCube one is fire. I guess it was the emulators. I guess.
Yeah.
Or you can get the actual OG system. But I had one and I missed. I gotta get another one. Maybe I can go to a con and buy one. OG. PSP. I missed those eras.
Brother, that was me back in high school days. I used to, what was it? Jailbreak, like a lot of PSPs. Yep.
Yep.
I know. I remember that era.
Yep.
You felt like
I'll never
the
forget.
greatest hacker of all time when you could jailbreak.
Whew. Yeah, I was like, I got you.
You know what they with the glasses, too. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got you, right? Whatever you
What
need,
games
I
did you
got
play, Godswill?
Oh, bro. I was like, what games did I play like on the PSP? Because like I loved it all. Like I remember like one of the PSP games I loved was Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like for me, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, and then like I loved that game particularly. But then also like when you could jailbreak, you could like play like Game Boy games and PS1 games, and like I remember like
It was ahead of its time, man.
it was it had internet access, so
He was really outside jailbreaking them things. Yeah, you had to be there. You had to be there.
Yeah.
I wish the kids had some of that struggle today.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
little bit of spice,
Something about it made it. It made it worth it. Like
It did. Yes.
It allowed you to just lock in and just focus and just get the job done so you can enjoy the game. Yeah.
Woo. Man, yes. Like the kids today just take it all for granted. It just is like, yeah, we got Fortnite and da 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 da, but it's just another day.
Imagine trying to jailbreak these games back then. Now.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I couldn't handle it. Were you on PSP, Louis?
I was, yeah. I still have my PSP. I have the Go actually. I jailbroke that, so
Wow.
I have like a bunch of games on there. Yeah, when I sit down and like play, the old MGS, it's always a great time. But like Oz, if you had to sit down, it's a relaxing day. You don't got anything to do. Like, what's your go-to game?
My go-to game. I'd say I've really been enjoying playing like the classic Smash Brothers.
Yes, sir. 64.
Something
Who's
about
your main in 64?
Donkey Kong?
Ooh, okay.
Good choice.
Yeah, gotta go DK. Yeah.
Were you the type
Yeah.
that would like grab people and then throw them
Yeah,
like
like-
under?
Crossing you right off at the very edge too, so you don't got much room.
Tear
to
comes
I
down.
was
jump back
like,
on.
no, please. Oh, that was my
Yeah.
brother to me all the time. So
Classy, man.
Oh, right on.
I love it,
That's a
dude.
good choice.
Hey, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, man. Like, you got me very excited for like what's to come from you, and like also, like what's more, like in your art, like it's like more of appreciation of what you do, and I really appreciate like you spending the time to talk to us about it.
Of course, but see,
Yeah, thank
you
you.
can do this. You can't do this with an AI artist. So this is why we got to protect.
We didn't even talk about we didn't even talk about that one last thing, I guess. Yeah, like what's your opinion like on the AI art? I guess epidemic of sorts, I guess, right? And then also like the Ghibli art that they were doing too.
Yeah. We'll talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
So when it first came out, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very kind of intimidating thought, because it's like, all right, there's things out here that is, programmed to, pretty much take our styles and recreate it. Then I started like looking more into it, learning it, understanding it, and honestly utilizing it myself, but for production and content creation purposes only. I will never, ever, ever sit here and generate an art piece and tell you, hey, I drew this. So I think there's a fine line to how you want to use it. It's a tool like anything else, man. It's not that it's bad. It's just how are people using it is what can make it bad,
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at AI. It's just a tool.
Yeah.
People use it for good. Some people are gonna use it, for evil or bad or whatever you want to call it. But in my world, if I'm creating some type of content, it is helpful in the sense where, okay, this can bring some quick ideas to life instantly for me to, showcase what I'm trying to create.
Mm-hmm.
If we're just talking creating art, I would never sit here and say, yeah, I line by line drew this and it was AI. So that's it. It's a very weird place. But nowadays, I don't feel so threatened by it. I just think this is just a time for artists to really, step our shit up. You gotta make sure your art is so undeniably great that you have to remind the public opinion that this is why artists matter. So whether it's being a bigger personality online, cons, your content, we can't just settle to just create art and just expect people to appreciate us. Now we have to unfortunately work a little harder now, and some people are gonna adapt and some people are gonna fall short to it. But that's how I'm taking it. I got no choice right now but to go harder.
I feel that. I personally do feel that. I think like one example like in that way is like I watch like Lupe Fiasco, like one of my favorite like artists of all time.
Super underrated
He
artist.
did like he used AI. Like he did a video like where he was showing AI like how he was like brainstorming ideas for like a song, like to see if he can like make like a quick song through like AI, and like he would and like I loved how he showed his process. Like it was like 10 minutes of him like using different tools, not like to like make like a song he would like necessarily put out, but like to see like if it could help like the creation experience, I guess, of like making a song.
Yeah,
And I get that.
That's interesting. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you afterwards. But like because someone like as talented as him, like not like outright, and like also someone as talented as you, like not outright saying like against it in a way, but figuring out ways to utilize it for what you do. I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's a tool, you can't be too intimidated by it. You have to just learn how. All right, if you're gonna be doing things that makes things easier for the common person, what can you do that's easier for me as the creative? That's the mindset I'm trying to have. So when it comes to content creation, that's where I'll do it. So like I said, I want to create like a crazy idea or like a crazy quick clip of, I don't know, me flying out of space in my anime car. Yeah, I could sit there and draw it or frame by frame create it myself for weeks and all that, But it could
It
create
might not be a thing you want, right?
Yeah, but or it can create it in just 5 minutes, and it could be a pretty decent piece of production. I'll let you know, hey, I used AI in this sense, but when it comes to the actual creation of art, line work, ideas, creativity, and just the just the overall creation of the piece. I'm still staying true to what I know, which is my mind and my hand and just my precision when it comes to creating the art. So that's my fine line with it. The Studio Ghibli thing was definitely crazy. I could understand how that feels. I actually have seen renditions of a Ozzy AI thing out there to recreate it. It's dog shit compared to me, so I'm not really too worried about it.
Yeah.
Can it get better? Possibly, but this is where we have to, as a society, have to remember like what matters most. You can sit here and talk to me about my ideas of what came to be for this art. You can't ask someone who prompted it because they don't even know. They just put in the prompt and can't even tell you where it got it from. It just pieced it. So we have to really appreciate, the human interaction, when it comes to artists, and the fact you could see, Lupe Fiasco create, the fact that we could talk about what I put in my art, the fact I could talk to you, you guys are artists in a sense, creating a platform, and you guys are showcasing, what you do and what you talk about with people. That's an art form. So
Yeah.
we can still enjoy these things, and we have to really cherish them.
I appreciate that, and it means a lot to hear you say that. And yeah, also like it's meant a lot to hear like your whole process and mindset, like as you create. It's like it's like looking at your stuff has been like impressive, and like I'm excited to see you thrive even more, man.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. We just have to tighten up and really, show the world like, no, you need us, and you need to value what we can create ourselves. We may not do as fast. It may not be like, the easiest prompts, to work with sometimes, but we create a stuff that, like that it's using. So
yeah, still valuable. Exactly. Like the AI art comes from you guys who have made the stuff, and it's like it's like that. I think like we need to figure out like how to be more equitable with the art that like AI is using. Like when it comes to AI art. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I need to talk with more talented people about that. I guess Louis, like your thoughts too? I guess with that.
Man, I mean, it's not comparable. Works like such as yourself, like Ozzy. They have like heart. You have like the Easter eggs you see everywhere. I see a lot of mangaka too. They're like, it's not something that you can easily replicate, especially if you're playing at the higher degree. You know what I mean? You're playing with the big boys. AI art, it's straight dog shit. So it won't be affecting that part of the industry, and people can already see like, oh, that's AI art, like right off the bat. So it's really just used as a tool. I use it like to stabilize my audio, right? Like when I'm editing a video, and that's as far as I go with it at the moment.
What I say, production that falls in production. So that's the part where, as an artist, I can't sit here and just downright completely cancel it out. It's just how you use it, because I'm still an editor too, I'm still an editor. I still edit all my videos, most of my videos, my content. But so AI has helped in a sense where it can take away some of the tedious aspects that, my human hours can, get fatigued from or just be annoyed to do, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
When we're talking that, I love it. I appreciate it. But when we're talking down to the bare art form of what we're actually creating, I still feel like that needs to come here. So we just gotta just differentiate what we're using it for. But I'm not too worried about it, man. It's honestly fueling me to say, all right, no, I gotta. It's giving me a reason to keep going even extra hard, because there's a lot of copycats out there taking my art and my style, and I haven't been worried about them for so long. So to know that, okay, there's a digital cell version of me out there. All right, let's go blow for blow, prompt for prompt, idea for idea. Let's do it.
I like that digital cell out there. Yes, sir, dude. Well, thank you so much, bro. It has been a pleasure to talk with you. Where can people find you at?
Instagram, Ozzyoz _DA_VYRUS. Ozzyoz Da Vyrus, one of the coldest graphic designers out there. You can check out all my products. I have all my things available. You can go to OzzyDaVyrus.com. It'll send links to everything. I got my art available, my trading cards, everything. All the links will sit there and direct you to whatever you're interested in. But I appreciate it. I'm so glad to be on on the podcast. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Means a ton, bro. It's been a pleasure to hear you out, and definitely got to bring you back on some more later on, like like when more things happen with you.
Yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be a wild year. We got a lot of cons coming up that I'm showing up to. a lot more art's gonna be created. So yeah, I'll let you back whenever you guys are ready.
Any cons? Any cons we should be looking out for you at soon?
I'm doing WeebCon. I'm literally flying there tomorrow. I
shit.
just came from C2E2, so I'm flying to WeebCon tomorrow.
Non-stop.
Yeah, then I'm gonna have like a little break, and in May is gonna be I'm not remembering the right order. Yeah, DreamCon for sure.
Yeah, that's the end. No,
Y'all going there?
I'm planning on going.
Okay,
Possibly.
we'll run into each other. Hopefully,
Yes, sir.
we all can run each other out. That's gonna be a movie.
Yes, sir.
Otaku Fest, Command Con. There's a bunch of other. I have a whole list I gotta look at, but hopefully go back to New York Comic Con, Anime NYC. LA Comic Con. So it's a lot coming up. So just gotta prepare for all that.
Oh, we'll definitely be seeing you this year then.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
And then Louis, anything else you'd like to say or close out with?
No, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Ozzy, and looking forward to the next time. Hopefully, we can catch each other at like a con.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'll post where I'm at. If anything, feel free to let me know. You know what I'm saying? We'll run into each other. My booth is always good vibes over there. We're always having fun over there, selling art, just talking, pop culture and anime. So it's always great.
Love it. Hey, everyone that listened all the way through, appreciate you. Love to hear what you think about the episode. Please like and subscribe what we got going on. Tell your friends, share the clips, all that, and definitely buy the art. Buy the art from Ozzy Da Vyrus. Yes, sir. Support artists in real life. That's what we're about. As always, stay dope, folks. Peace.